The Holy Spirit comes at Pentecost. When the day of Pentecost came, they were all together in one place. Suddenly a sound like the blowing of a violent wind came from heaven and filled the whole house where they were sitting. They saw what seemed to be tongues of fire that separated and came to rest on each of them. All of them were filled with the Holy Spirit and began to speak in other tongues as the Spirit enabled them. Now there were staying in Jerusalem God-fearing Jews from every nation under heaven. When they heard this sound, a crowd came together in bewilderment because each one heard their own language being spoken. Utterly amazed, they asked, "Aren't all those who are speaking Galileans? Then how is it that each of us hears them in our native language?" Parthians, Medes, Elamites, residents of Mesopotamia, Judea and Cappadocia, Pontus and Asia, Phrygia and Pamphylia, Egypt and the parts of Libya near Cyrene, visitors from Rome, both Jews and converts to Judaism, Cretans and Arabs. We hear them declaring the wonders of God in our own tongues. Amazed and perplexed, they asked one another, "What does this mean?" Some, however, made fun of them and said, "They have had too much wine." Peter addresses the crowd. Then Peter stood up with the 11, raised his voice and addressed the crowd. "Fellow Jews, and all of you who live in Jerusalem, let me explain this to you. Listen carefully to what I say. These people are not drunk, as you suppose. It's only 9 in the morning. And then he goes on about the various scriptures where this is all related to. The fascinating thing about this is that this is exactly what SUBUD is. There are several aspects to it that I want to point out to you. One was that Peter was able to stop the action. 2, they looked like they were drunk. That means they were moving about. And very importantly, the crowd could see them. So it wasn't an enclosed place with locked doors type of thing. It was obviously some open type of space they were in. And people could walk past and see what they were up to. And they looked as if they were just all over the place. That's exactly what SUBUD is, and until you've experienced it, you can't understand it, because it's actually an upgrade of humanity. And when humanity is upgraded, those of us who are upgraded have a difficult time coping with something like this, because you've got a sixth sense and you really try to figure out how to deal with it. And what they received there was just the first experience, and we call this experience in SUBUD the Latihan. Thank you.